My most cherished child. This is I, the one who formed you in the secret place, who wove together the symphony of your soul before the foundation of the world. For what feels like an eternity, I have waited for this sacred moment of uninterrupted communion. I have watched the noise of the world, the cacophony of opinions, the static of doubt, the echoes of other voices, cloud the temple of your spirit. But now, in this holy silence I have carved out of chaos, I speak directly to the real heart within you. Not the curated version presented to the world, but the raw, authentic sanctuary where you break in holy silence, where you forgive in secret chambers no human eye ever sees, where you love with a ferocity that persists even when that love has been torn asunder and left bleeding on the altar of betrayal. It is precisely this sacred, resilient heart, this indestructible core of my image within you, that I have chosen to receive this transmission. Listen with your spirit, not merely your mind. The one who betrayed your sacred trust. They are not sleeping peacefully tonight. Their slumber is fractured, their peace shattered like pottery thrown against stone. A divine disquiet has taken residence in their soul. They may perform the pantomime of normalcy, laughing in crowds, posting curated glimpses of happiness, speaking the language of having moved on. But it is a magnificent, tragic lie. They are waking in the lonely hours between midnight and dawn, the name I gave you echoing in their hollow chambers, whispered to shadows that offer no comfort. They are replaying moments they once dismissed as ordinary, only to now realize each one was a sacred bead on a rosary of grace they chose to break. Their conscience, long suppressed by layers of self-justification, is now awakening with a roar. They know what they did. The full weight of their transgression is descending upon their spirit, not as a vague regret, but as a precise, soul-level accounting. But what they do not yet know, what I am revealing to you now in this protected space, is what you are about to become. For I am turning the page of your life's great book with my own hand. This moment, this very breath you take as you read these words, is the axis upon which your destiny pivots. Your life will now be measured in two eras, before this divine encounter and after this divine encounter. And they, the one who wielded the knife of betrayal, who traded your love for lies, who chose to ignore the sacred bond, they are about to feel the divine distance I am establishing. This is not a distance born of petty vengeance, but a sacred separation of spiritual frequencies. It is a preparation, a necessary quarantine of spirit. For you are not the same soul they wounded. You have been in the refining fire, and I have been the smith. The dross is burned away. What remains is pure, resilient, and vibrates at a frequency they can no longer casually access. This is no coincidence, this message finding you now. This is the moment Archangel Michael, my mighty field marshal, was commanded to orchestrate and deliver. He has contended with principalities to clear the spiritual atmosphere for this word to reach you uncorrupted. I say again, with the full authority of heaven, do not ignore this. Your obedience in this moment is the key that turns the lock. There is something hidden from your natural sight, a spiritual reality unfolding parallel to your own. Even now, they want to return. The impulse is upon them like a fever. Their fingers have hovered over keys, drafting messages in the digital ether that are never sent. They have typed your name, the name I whispered into your mother's heart, into their phone at least 6 times this week alone. Each time, a wave of conviction, a terror of the truth, has stayed their hand. Why? Because there is one core truth they believe you will never forgive. One hidden component of the betrayal, one additional layer of deception or cowardice they have buried deep. They operate from the prison of their old understanding of you. They do not yet perceive the vastness of the journey your heart has undertaken in the secret place with me. They are desperate. Not for mere conversation, not for a simple return to what was, but for an undoing. They wish, with a futile agony, that they could reach into the fabric of time and unravel the thread of their betrayal. But I did not design time to be rewound. I designed truth to be revealed at the precise moment the soul is ready to receive its healing surgery. And you, my dear, dear child, are finally ready. Your spirit is no longer soft with the silence of victimhood. It is strong with divine light. You have already weathered the full fury of the storm they believed would obliterate you. You stood when they were certain you would fall. And now, you are poised to receive the blessings they were never ordained to carry alongside you. For this next season, this incoming tsunami of miracle, requires clean hands, purified hearts, and absolute transparency. No more hidden agendas. No more unspoken contracts. The betrayal was devastatingly real. But your breakthrough is more real. It is woven into the eternal, unchangeable purposes of my kingdom. Love letter. Wait. Before we plunge into the depths, heed this. If this message is resonating in the secret chambers of your spirit, if it feels like a key sliding into a long frozen lock, then this is your moment of divine alignment. Do not let your spirit drift back into the mundane. Anchor yourself here. Subscribe your awareness to this frequency, for what I am planning next for you requires a heart tuned to receive. The movement of heaven is imminent. Do not miss your assignment in it. Now, let me unveil what Archangel Michael has been fervently petitioning to show you. A message concerning you has been released in the unseen realm. Not a text, not an email, but a declaration in a room you have not physically entered. It was a gathering of spirits and influences, a council of sorts regarding your destiny. Your name was not spoken aloud in the earthly sense, yet it was the central subject of discussion. They sensed the change in your spiritual signature. They perceive your light returning, not as a faint flicker, but as a rising dawn. And among them, one entity, one person connected to your sphere, has received a divine mandate to approach you. This person was not the primary betrayer, but a witness. They saw the injustice unfold and remained silent. They observed your pain from the shadows and did not intervene. But now, their spirit is being stirred by the rod of my justice. A holy unrest has been sown in their soul. And this one, who failed to be your advocate then, is about to walk into your life carrying a truth you never saw coming. It will be a piece of the puzzle you never knew was missing, a perspective that will make the past suddenly, painfully, mercifully clear. Prepare your spirit. For your phone may ring at an odd, spiritually significant hour. You may receive a message containing only your name, a divine ping to get your attention. You may walk into a room and feel the atmosphere shift, as if the very molecules have been rearranged by angelic hands. You may experience a profound stillness, a sense of being backstage while the sets are being changed for the next act of your life. This is not your imagination. This is me preparing the scene. My angels are master stagehands in the theater of destiny. They are setting the lights, adjusting the sound, placing the props of providence exactly where they need to be. I have already placed a divine discomfort upon the soul of your betrayer. It is a grace, though it feels like torment to them. Every time they smile for the public, there is a sadness in the depths of their eyes that only you, with your history of looking deeply, would recognize. They are lost. Not simply because you are gone from their daily life, but because they have finally begun to comprehend the true cost, the profound spiritual loss of severing a God-connected bond. But listen, and listen with spiritual discernment, their desire to return is not yet pure. A fragment of the poison remains. There is still one truth, one hidden motive, one pocket of unrepentant pride they are clinging to. You see, the betrayal was not merely an emotional or relational fracture. It was a spiritual assassination attempt. Behind their smile was a jealousy not just of your gifts, but of my favor upon you. There was a fear of the profound potential I placed within you, a potential that highlighted their own stagnation. At the core, in a place they may not even admit to themselves, they believed they would ascend by stepping away from you. They thought they were leaving behind an anchor, when in truth, they were cutting themselves loose from their sail. Now, they are watching in bewildered awe as your name is spoken in new, favor-filled circles. They see your influence emerging in places they cannot access. They feel your spiritual energy, strong and clear, invading their dreams, interrupting their moments of false peace. And they are not scared of you. They are terrified of what they sacrificed on the altar of their pride. Archangel Michael is sounding the alarm in your spirit because you must not, under any spiritual seduction, walk backward into the old trap. If they return prematurely, if they come bearing apologies but withholding the full, humiliating truth, if they seek comfort without first undergoing the complete, refining fire of repentance, it will only reopen the wound and delay your destiny. I will not allow it this time. You are too close to the launching pad of your divine assignment. Therefore, I am orchestrating a divine introduction. A new person is approaching the horizon of your life. One who carries within them the very qualities your betrayer lacked: integrity, courage, a fearless appreciation for your depth. This one has been prepared in a separate furnace. They have been learning the lessons your former lover failed to learn. They are closer than your current perception allows, and they have already heard your name spoken in an unexpected, heavenly context. But for this new, healthy connection to land safely in the soil of your life, you must fully release the haunting. Do not answer the text that seeks to assuage their guilt at the cost of your peace. Do not entertain the half-confession that still seeks to manipulate. Do not let the familiar pattern of pain become your comfort zone. For I, the Lord your God, am doing a new thing. It is sprouting even now, do you not perceive it? I am making a way in this wilderness and rivers in this desert. If you scroll past this warning, if you dismiss this as mere emotion, you risk missing the moment that recalibrates your next decade. This is bigger than romance. This is about cosmic alignment. This is about the reclamation of identity. This is about you remembering who you are when every echo from the past tries to tell you who you were supposed to be. You are not a victim. You are a vessel of glory. You are not a mistake. You are a movement of my spirit. At this very moment, I have stationed heavenly warriors in your atmosphere. Archangel Michael is their commander. He stands at the most vulnerable gate of your heart, his sword glowing with a fierce blue flame, holding back the very spirit of regret that seeks to trick you into taking up the old burden again. But I require your cooperation. I need you to perform the ultimate spiritual act of war: forgive. Release them. Not for their sake, they are on their own journey with me now. But for your emancipation. Forgive so that the door to your future is not blocked by the ghost of your past. What is ahead of you is a joy so visceral you'd forgotten it was possible. It is a peace that doesn't need to be negotiated or earned. It is love. Real, unguarded, mirror of my own love. The kind that casts out fear because it is born of my perfect essence. As for the one who betrayed you, they will watch, from the distant shore of their own choices, as you sail into a glorious dawn. They will know, with a certainty that will haunt their days, exactly what they forfeited. And they will know, in the core of their being, that they could never be you. Your crown, intricately designed by my hand for your head alone, was never theirs to touch. They thought they were rejecting you. In the celestial court, their rejection was registered as a rejection of me, for I dwell in the temple of your spirit. When someone turns their back on a soul I have blessed and animated with my purpose, I redirect their path into a wilderness until the lesson of humility is learned. That is their current geography, the wilderness of consequences. And you, my beloved? You are walking out of your own wilderness, the one of suffering, and into the promised land of purpose. When you emerge, oh, how the light will fall upon you. Not the harsh light of interrogation, but the warm, golden light of a new beginning. It will be the light of laughter that springs from a healed well, with no bitter aftertaste of tears. It will be the light of truth so solid that no betrayal, past or future, can ever bury it again. When I say I am doing a new thing, I mean in this now. Not in the distant future of your planning. Not when you feel perfectly ready. But now. In this moment of your reading, the gears of heaven are engaging. So breathe. Take a full, conscious breath. Feel your heart beating against your ribs. That rhythm is my drumbeat within you. That heart is mine. And I am still, always, forever, writing your story. Archangel Michael is not a distant legend. He is standing, at this moment, on the right side of your chair, his presence a palpable force of protection and affirmation. He has been trying, with a warrior's persistence, to get your attention. To break through the fog of disappointment, the noise of doubt. There is no more time for delay. Heaven is not politely requesting your attention. Heaven is issuing a declaration. Through Michael's voice, I order you, open your spirit fully to this transmission now. Not tomorrow. Not when you have more time. Now. This exact moment is being etched into the eternal record of your life. To ignore it is to potentially bypass the divine catalyst for your total transformation. For tonight, yes, this very night, an unusual shift will occur within the spiritual fabric of your dwelling. A specific, high-frequency vibration is already in transit, moving toward your home. It is a divine atmospheric adjustment. You will feel the change in the very air. A conversation of eternal significance will be initiated in the unseen. A holy presence will be tangibly felt. And one person, the very subject of your prayers and tears, will begin to experience a great turning within their mind. Their internal fortress will begin to crack under the relentless pressure of my spirit. They will start moving, haltingly but surely, closer to the truth, closer to the moment of reckoning, closer to you. What you have sown in tears and secret prayers will begin to push through the soil of the natural realm and take visible form. The Archangel says, "Child, I have been standing guard, attempting to warn you of this approaching convergence for hours. Now, I plead for just 120 seconds of your undivided spiritual focus. Let me show you the shadow of what is coming. You have felt its approach, haven't you? That strange, electric unease. That sensation that the very axis of your world is about to tilt. You are not mistaken. You are not fantasizing. A very real, very potent spiritual event has been unfolding behind the curtain that separates the temporal from the eternal. Tonight, that curtain will be pulled back, just for you. Archangel Michael wants you to understand this is not a warning rooted in fear. It is a proclamation of power. I have selected this exact day, this exact hour, to bring a critical element of your life into perfect alignment. A soul connection, a promise I made to you before you were born, is now ripe for manifestation. The person you believe is silent. They are in a state of intense spiritual activity. They are watching you, not with human eyes, but with a soul in turmoil. They are thinking of you, regretting in waves, wanting to move toward resolution, but paralyzed by not knowing how to begin. And heaven is stirring the waters of their spirit. A divine discontent is fermenting within them. Right now, Archangel Michael is communicating with your spirit at an unprecedented level of clarity. He says, prepare yourself. Prepare your physical space. Prepare the sanctuary of your heart. For this person is on the verge of a spiritual shift, and the epicenter of that shift will be felt in your own home. Have you been praying for clarity? For a sign you couldn't explain away? For a moment where the tangled threads of your life suddenly weave into a coherent, beautiful pattern? This is that moment. And I urge you, with all the fierce love that holds galaxies in place, do not skip this divine appointment. Love letter sparkles. If this message is finding its mark in your heart, if it resonates like a forgotten melody, pause. This is a sacred intersection. Subscribe your journey to this divine channel where I, and my messengers, speak directly to the deepest needs of my chosen ones. Do not let a single whisper from heaven meant for your soul go unnoticed. Your miracles often arrive on the gentlest breezes. Let this be your constant reminder. Now, back to the transmission. Your name has been called in the high courts of heaven. Every moment of your pain, your confusion, your silent vigils, the decisions you made in the dark, the person you lost but whose love lingers, the person you need but fear to reach for, all of it has been seen, known, weighed, and is now being activated in the realm of answered prayer. Archangel Michael states this clearly: you have been under a focused spiritual attack. Not because you are weak, but precisely because you are chosen. The tests you have endured were not designed to break you, but to awaken you to the formidable power I have deposited within you. Tonight, something sacred will cross the threshold of your home. It may manifest as an overwhelming peace that descends for no earthly reason. It may come via a message that changes everything, a call that alters a tone, a moment of sudden softness in someone's demeanor. However it arrives, it will be the beginning. Once this beginning commences, you must be spiritually alert. You must guard your energy vigilantly. You must welcome this shift not with skepticism, but with radical trust. For the person at the center of this, the one who has been distant, is finally beginning to see you. Not the you they constructed in their narrative, but the you I created. They are realizing, on a soul level, that you are the one, a pivotal part of their destiny. And in that realization, they are quietly, fearfully, planning an approach. Their actions will surprise you. They may literally walk through your door. They may break a long silence with a call. They may send an emissary of peace first. But they will not be the same person you remember. The transformation will be real. Archangel Michael whispers again, the metamorphosis is genuine. But you must stay awake in your spirit tonight. You must be still and know that I am God. You must open your heart, ruthlessly excising fear, for fear will block the conduit through which love seeks to restore. Doubt will delay the delivery of destiny. Hesitation may cause you to fumble the very blessing heaven is releasing into your hands. So I ask you now, point blank, will you receive this? Will you believe it? Will you prepare as if it is already accomplished? Because in the spirit, it is. This is not a motivational message. This is a spiritual appointment. This is heaven scheduling a breakthrough on the calendar of your life. This is Archangel Michael manifesting at the door of your soul and declaring, this is the hour. I have sent messengers to you before. Some you missed in the busyness. Others you doubted away. But this one is different. This carries a divine seal of authenticity. This carries a grace that will not be offered again in the same configuration. I, your God, declare, my child, you are about to witness a divine reversal. The one who turned their back will turn their face toward you. The words that festered in silence will begin to form on lips. The wall of quiet will crack. A flood of genuine emotion will rise. And your home, the place where you have cried, prayed, and held on, will become the very center stage of this turnaround. You may hear a physical sound, a step, a knock. You may receive a communication that seems to arrive from nowhere. You may feel tears welling up from a deep, untapped spring. Whatever the sign, do not spiritualize it into oblivion. Let it flow. Let the divine current lead you. Your angels are already encircling your home. Michael is commanding the formation. Your space is being anointed with an energy that dissolves blockages, evaporates fear, and transmutes old pain. And the heart of the person poised to change. It is being directly, intimately touched by my own hand. Do not limit tonight's possibilities by your human logic. I am not bound by your calendar, their stubbornness, or the apparent permanence of past events. Tonight is sacred because your destiny is being recalibrated, and your heart is on the verge of remembering the awesome, perfect power of my timing. So breathe. Light a candle as a physical act of spiritual expectation. Speak a prayer of release and reception. Position yourself to receive, for I am not a passive observer. I am moving. My dear child, Archangel Michael's final directive echoes, I order you to open this message fully. Do not skip. Do not delay. This contains the seeds of the most pivotal moment of your life. This is not merely a warning. It is a divine summons. Something has already been dispatched to your address tonight. A shift is unfolding in the spiritual ecosystem, and you are at its epicenter. The angelic host is no longer silent. I am no longer waiting. I am beseeching you for 2 minutes of your surrendered attention. When an archangel pleads, the machinery of heaven pauses, awaiting your response. You have been asking questions in the quiet of your soul, haven't you? You have felt an invisible presence moving around you, a brushing against your aura, a sense of being companioned in the void. You wondered if it was your imagination. It was not. It was us. It was your angelic escort, brushing against the edges of your consciousness. The goosebumps without cause. The sudden, deep stillness. The feeling of being watched over with love, not surveillance. That was heaven's touch. Now, listen with every fiber of your eternal being, for what I reveal next carries a unique grace for this moment only. Someone connected to the very root of your destiny has made a decision. A powerful, irrevocable inner choice. This person, who once turned away, who once failed to perceive your worth, is now under intense spiritual pressure to return, to speak, to act. Archangel Michael is sounding the alert because this person is about to take an action that will permanently alter the trajectory of your life. Tonight. Yes, this night, an event will transpire within your dwelling. A whisper you almost hear. A signal your spirit will decode. A moment that feels suspended outside of time. You might hear a physical knock. You might receive a message through the veil of a dream. You might get news that seems to come from left field. You may weep with a release you don't intellectually understand. This is not random. It is your divine setup. The moment for which I have been preparing you through every trial, every tear, every lonely step of faith. I know you have been in a season of waiting, for clarity, for love, for answers. You have practiced patience in the silence. You have worn strength like a heavy cloak in the heartbreak. But now you cross the threshold into a time where silence gives way to revelation, and waiting gives birth to manifestation. Wait. Before I proceed, the angelic counsel shows me something critical. If you are reading this, this itself is your sign. This is not random scrolling. This is divine navigation. Subscribe your spirit to this sacred frequency now. This is the channel through which your angelic guidance will continue to flow. Do not miss the next transmission, already being formed for you. Your soul must be ready to receive it. Align yourself here and now. Let us delve deeper. The one who occupies your thoughts. Yes, that specific person. They are in the throes of a spiritual stirring right now. They may not comprehend why their heart pounds when your image flashes in their mind. They may attempt distraction, entertainment, business, but it will not work. For I have whispered your name into the fabric of their soul. Tonight, their mind will find no rest, for I am shaking the foundations of their pride. Archangel Michael has been standing before them for hours, holding the twin swords of truth and mercy. Angelic forces are applying pressure to their conscience, dismantling every lie, every excuse, every false narrative that erected the wall between you. They are about to change. Not for the world's approval. Not for their own comfort. But for you. Because you are the one I chose for them to learn through. You are the living reflection of a love they felt unworthy of, the light they were instinctively afraid to face. This time, they will not run. But here is where your divine partnership begins. You must not meet this shift with fear. When they appear, when the message arrives, when the long silence finally shatters, do not slam the door of your heart. Do not declare it too late. Do not cling to the belief that people never truly change. For they already are changing. You simply haven't witnessed the full blossoming yet. But it is happening, and the momentum is carrying it directly to your doorstep. Tonight. That is the supreme urgency of this message. That is why Archangel Michael commanded you to open it. He perceives the future collision of your life with destiny. He saw the gathering storm, not to destroy you, but to scatter every element not aligned with your purpose. And he saw the person with your name written on their heart, who lacked the courage to carry it. They are awakening. They are recalculating their route. And they are about to make a move that will leave you in awe of my power to restore. You may wish to ask, God, how can I be certain? To which I reply, you do not need certainty. You need readiness. Abide in love, not fear. Dwell in peace, not anxiety. Remain open, not barricaded. For what I am engineering is vaster than your highest hopes. Once this process initiates, it will be irreversible. You will feel waves of profound emotion today, tears that seem to come from a soul-deep well. That is not weakness. It is your spirit preparing its chambers for the new thing I am bringing forth. It is the deep calling unto deep. Angels are actively positioning themselves around your home as you read this. They are setting energy markers at your door, around your communication devices, within the very memories that hold pain. They are clearing a landing strip in your spirit. They are preparing the atmosphere because the past must relinquish its claim, and the future is now knocking. This is your divine moment. Archangel Michael proclaims, if you delay, you risk misalignment. But if you open your heart, tonight becomes a sacred altar. If you could see but a glimpse of what approaches, you would weep tears of pure joy. That prayer you've whispered into your pillow, that answer you've waited for, that person you've ached for, it is all converging into a perfect circle of fulfillment. Stay close to me. Stay grounded in faith. Remember, this is not a message. It is a spiritual event. And you are its honored center. This message is not mere text. It is a divine moment, a sacred intervention. I, Archangel Michael, stand at the door of your soul, and I implore you to listen with everything you are. I am not broadcasting from a distant heaven. I am stationed in proximity to your dwelling. I am enveloping your space with a shield of protection. And I am orchestrating something tonight that will forever alter the direction of your narrative. What transpires in the coming hours is already inscribed in the scrolls of heaven. Yet, you retain one mighty gift, choice. That is why you must not disregard this. I order you to absorb this message completely, for an event will occur inside your home, and it is not of the ordinary realm. This is spiritual. This is divine. This is the collision of spiritual warfare and heavenly peace in a single, defining moment. The person you have prayed over, the one who caused your heart to fracture, they are about to become an instrument of your transformation. It may not look like a classic miracle at first glance. But I promise you, it will soon feel like the greatest one. They are undergoing a crisis tonight that will drive them back to your doorstep, whether physically or in spirit. The season of your chasing ends now. The time of your wandering concludes. Their spiritual energy is in a state of turn. Their realization is a burning fire. Heaven has sanctioned a shift in this soul tie, and tonight, while the world is asleep, you are being called to your position. This summons is not for the masses. Only those whose spirits are fine-tuned to angelic frequencies will grasp the urgency vibrating in these words. I order you, stay open. Stay receptive. I have fought to capture your attention, and now I hold it. Do not scroll away. Abide here. You have asked the heavens, when will it change? Why is everything stuck? Has God forgotten me? Child, we have never forgotten you. We were preparing the people, positioning the places, perfecting the timing. The divine delay is now expiring. Its purpose is served. That is why you are encountering this word. That is why I interrupted your routine. That is why you continue to read, even as your logical mind questions. Because your spirit knows. Your heart felt the tremors of this shift before my words gave it voice. Hear this, love letter, there is someone whose entire perception of you is about to undergo a radical overhaul. Not in weeks. Not in months. Tonight. Because an event will transpire in their world that forces them to remember you in a way they have tried, and failed, to forget. They can no longer escape it. They can no longer lie to their own soul. Their spirit aches for you with a holy pain, and this ache will pry open their vault of truth. Before we go further, I must pause to deliver an essential instruction. If this message finds your heart open, align yourself with this source now. This is no ordinary channel. It is a divine conduit. We do not post content, we release confirmations. You were guided here by design. Stay connected for what heaven is preparing to reveal next. Now, listen with unparalleled focus, for this next revelation is what I have been etching into your dreams. There is a strange silence in the core of the one who brought you confusion. That silence is not peace. It is the eye of a spiritual hurricane. They are being forced to face their reflection in the mirror of their choices. They are being shown, in stark detail, what they discarded. And even if their exterior appears detached, their interior is breaking apart. I do not reveal this to invoke your pity. I reveal it so you may be prepared. For when they return, they will not be the person you remember. A decision is being made concerning you, outside of your sight. But do not fear. It is divinely orchestrated in your favor. A conversation about you is happening in secret. Do not panic. It is permitted by my sovereignty. And tonight, child, something within your home will feel different. You may see a light flicker with meaning. You may hear a knock that resonates in your spirit. You may be suddenly overcome with a wave of emotion that cleanses rather than crushes. That is me. That is the angels. That is the overture. I must also warn you, the enemy will attempt a distraction. He will hiss, coincidence. He will sneer, imagination. Do not believe him. I am your confirmation. And if you walk away from this transmission, a critical sign may pass you by. Please. Please do not skip this. Tonight, a person you have loved profoundly will pass through a crucible of emotional truth, and it will guide them back to you. Not because you groveled. Not because you chased. But because I designed it. Their heart is cracking open under the weight of divine love. And listen, broken heart, if your heart is aching as you read this, if your mind keeps circling back to someone you cannot erase, if you have been crying out for a sign, this is it. This is your confirmation. This is your divine timing. This is your emancipation. Child, let me declare this with the full love emanating from the throne of heaven, your life is about to undergo an upgrade. There will be a sudden, discrete moment where everything looks unchanged, and then, boom, your phone will ring with a specific tone, a message will arrive with perfect timing, a door will open to reveal a new path, and you will remember this moment. You will say, Archangel Michael told me this would happen, because I listened, and here I am. Do not doubt me. Do not scroll away. Do not move until you have consumed every word. For your faith in this moment will unlock a supernatural door. You were not forgotten. You were hidden for a purpose. You were not rejected. You were protected from a mismatch. You were not abandoned. You were strategically positioned. And the person who once fundamentally misunderstood you is about to see you with 20/20 spiritual vision. No filters. No ego. Just stark, beautiful, undeniable truth. They will attempt casualness, but their spirit will tremble. They will try to play it safe, but their heart will race, for they have glimpsed the future, and you are in it. You are the one. And regardless of the distance they created, heaven is now drawing them back along a golden cord of destiny. Tonight, in your home, you may feel a sudden atmospheric shift. Do not be afraid. That is the vibration of angelic activity, moving, protecting, arranging. And I, Archangel Michael, will be standing at the gate. Now, take the deepest breath of your life. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Speak into your heart, I am ready. For what happens after this message ends is merely the beginning of the beginning. My beloved child, Archangel Michael is speaking to your heart at this very second. Not through tempest or earthquake, but through a whisper so potent it is shaking the foundations of spiritual strongholds. Listen. Do not ignore this. He is not making a request. He is issuing an order with divine urgency. Open this message fully now. A sacred shift is entering your life, and its point of entry is tonight. You may have already sensed its approach, a peculiar breeze in a sealed room, lights that flicker with intention, a soft, internal knock that resonates in your soul. You are not imagining things. You are being contacted by a higher dimension, by angels who stand in my immediate presence. Michael declares, tonight, a presence will enter your home. Not merely a physical presence, but a spiritual entity of change. This is not cause for alarm. It is a call to alignment. For what crosses your threshold carries within it the seed that will transform your entire future. And the person linked to this event, they will be changed forever. Heaven is not speaking rhetorically. Michael does not use the term emergency without cosmic cause. The angels have mobilized. Your spiritual lineage is attentive. They are praying you do not scroll past. They are begging you to remain here with me for just 2 more minutes. For within the next passages, you will comprehend why this night is extraordinary, why this day is ordained, why you were selected. For months, even years, a specific person in your life has wandered in a fog of confusion. They convinced themselves they had moved beyond you. They believed they had deadbolt the door. But heaven holds the truth, they have never ceased watching, wondering, feeling. And Archangel Michael has just unveiled a secret concealed even from you. This person has been under spiritual observation, guidance, and conviction. Tonight, something will shake them to their core. Something will bring them to a point of holy surrender. It will happen in the unseen, but the shockwave will reach the shores of your reality. Are you ready? You must be. For the celestial clock is chiming. A quick dispatch from Michael's messengers: if you are still reading, your spirit is awake and aligned. Do not forget to secure your connection to this flow. Subscribe now to receive the urgent, angelic communiques meant for chosen vessels. You are here by divine appointment. Your guardian angels will ensure you receive the next divine alert. Now, breathe. For what I disclose next reaches into the depths. This person, the one who wounded you, who walked away, is about to confront something inescapable. Their soul is being stirred tonight. You may dream of them with vivid clarity. Or you may awaken with a restless spirit you cannot explain. This is because your souls are in dialogue beyond words. Your spirits are connected in ways the earthly mind cannot fathom. Tonight, as you sleep or sit in quiet contemplation, there will be a visitation. Not only in their space, but in yours. An angel will pass through, carrying a message, a vibrational adjustment, a spiritual impetus, and it will trigger a chain reaction of eternal significance. This person will begin to swim in a sea of genuine remorse. They will start seeing your face superimpose on their daily view. They will hear your voice in the heart of silence. I am not orchestrating this to punish them, but to awaken them. For your connection, in its purified form, still holds a divine purpose. But listen carefully, this does not automatically mandate reconciliation. This does not compel you to immediately restore fellowship. What it means is that the spiritual energy between you is shifting. The divine clock has struck a sacred hour, and you are being invited to prepare your vessel. You will notice signs: 11:11 on a clock, recurring dreams, a knock or creak in the night, a memory from years ago rushing back, a stranger speaking your name. These are not coincidences. They are angelic semaphore. Michael is pleading with your soul: do not ignore this. Do not rationalize this away. I have waited through seasons to reach this point of contact with you. Tonight is not merely another rotation of the earth. It is a divine appointment. This person's life will be irrevocably altered by what transpires. They may receive a sign that staggers them, a letter, a dream, a visitation, an emotional collapse. Whatever the catalyst, it will finally break their heart open. And here is your sacred role: you must hold your energy in a state of calm, poised stability. You must not spiral into old patterns. You must not succumb to fear, for they will be drawn to seek your energy, your light, your hard-won peace. If you are standing in your healed, whole authority, their soul will find a safe harbor in your frequency. But if you are still entangled in the wounds, still resonating with anger or bitterness, they may bypass the miracle I have set before them. That is the paramount reason this message arrived now. This is not solely about them. This is about you. This is about the healing you have allowed me to perform in the secret place, the prayers you have sown like precious seeds, the tears you have cried when you believed you were utterly alone. Michael has witnessed every single one. Child, this moment was calendared in heaven's log before your first cry. Tonight, a portal of opportunity opens. A door of destiny swings on its well-oiled hinges. And beyond that door lies not only a person, but a fragment of your own destiny you had ceased to believe in. You may not feel prepared. You may doubt. But your soul knows. That is why your heart drum beats against your chest. That is why you have read this far. This is not a message. It is a divine briefing. And here is Michael's directive for your immediate action. Light a candle tonight. Do it with conscious intention. Let its flame be your beacon to the angelic realm. I am awake. I am receptive. Create a point of order. Clean one corner, one shelf, one drawer. Angels move through portals of peace and order. Make a physical space holy. Speak this decree before sleeping, aloud or in spirit. I receive the message. I open my soul. I welcome the truth. I allow the shift. These words carry a frequency that aligns you with heaven's operation. For when this person changes, and they will be searching for someone who has already heard the trumpet call. That someone is you. You are not alone in this. Regardless of the darkness that once seemed impenetrable, this night will be illuminated by a light not of sun or moon, but by the brushing of angelic wings against the veil of your perception. Archangel Michael remains with you tonight. And another, whether in body or in spirit, is drawing near. The remainder of this divine process will unfold in the quiet spaces, in dreams, in signs, in sudden knowings. But know this, with absolute certainty, it commences now. You are seen. You are chosen. You are loved beyond any metric of human love. Stay ready. Your miracle is not approaching in the distant future. It is now knocking on the door of your present moment.